Here's how to unlock the new Ritualist class in a fast and easy way, and we should be playing and enjoying this new DLC right now, but we wanted to bring you guys this class as quickly as possible because you could miss out on it and it's harder to get on your second reroll. The class focuses on using status effects on enemies with a ton of synergies, prime and detonate mechanics, and overall it's just an awesomely themed class. So first, you will need to start your Awakened King adventure by using the World Crystal in Ward 13, going to the world settings, and then re-roll your current adventure mode to the new Awakened King. For the difficulty, we recommend going with the easiest because this will let you grab it super fast without any trouble, and it should take only around 20 to 30 minutes or less. When you load into this new adventure world, you will start at the Forlorn Coast. Just progress through this area of the map. It's fairly linear to start with, and you'll just be fighting some easy mobs and a boss along the way. And once you have progressed through this area, which is quite linear, you will get to the Sunken Haunt. This again is a fairly linear area, so just run through as you naturally would, and eventually you will reach a boss room where you will fight the Sunken Witch boss. This will require some well-timed dodges to complete, as the arena that you are fighting in is very small and claustrophobic. So get those dodges down, and then once beaten, you can progress and go into the next zone, which is where you want to be, the Drowned Wren. Within the Drowned Wren, you are minutes away from getting the item you need. Just progress through until you pass a checkpoint and then reach this area with a load of boats in a river. You will want to completely kill everything in this area because the mobs can push and attack you while you are on the boats, and if you touch the water, you will instantly die. So clear out this whole area completely, and you're ready for the final stretch to get this class. Begin the run up on this bridge, and then jump down and follow the path we take along the boats, and make sure to jump across the gaps by running and jumping so you don't fall in. And after you follow this path into the sort of sewer looking area, you want to go through a tunnel, as you can see, and you will eventually get to a crazy looking witch NPC doing some kind of ritual. Simply defeat this NPC, it should be fairly simple, and then you will see a nice shiny item pinned to a nearby wooden pillar. This is the Ragged Poppet, an item that you need to craft the engram back in Ward 13. So now head back to Ward 13 and trade this with Wallace along with 5 Luminite crystals, and you will unlock the Ritualist class for yourself. And once you have the class unlocked, you can then begin leveling it, and let's go through all of the different stats, perks, and skills and trait cards so you know what's up with this new class. Of course, the prime perk is Vile, which makes negative status effects applied by you inflict infected, which then makes the victim take 5% more damage from status effects, and on death spreads all status to nearby enemies within 5 meters. This basically means that anytime you kill something, all of those status piled up on it will pass and spread to everything else around it, and you deal more damage to them on top of that. So this allows you to spread status very quickly and effectively. This is very good because once they have been spread on a ton of enemies, you can then use your first skill, Eruption, which basically creates an explosion on them, so they create an AoE, a 1 meter AoE, to every enemy around you within 15 meters for 150 damage, but the explosion radius and the damage dealt doubles for each unique status effect on the target, and it refreshes all current status effects on those targets. So you can quickly spread them to enemies with Vile, and then detonate and explode them with Eruption, refreshing the status and dealing more damage to them. But we also have the Miasma skill once you've unlocked that, which is also pretty good if you want to go about things differently and use your skill to instead create an AoE burst that applies bleeding, burning, overloaded, and corroded to all enemies within 15 meters, and dealing a total of 1500 damage across all of them, and it lasts for 11 seconds. So if you instead want to use your skill to apply all of these different statuses to enemies, you can do that as well. And then we have the final skill, Death Wish. This one is nuts. I'm not gonna lie guys, this one you are going to have to build around if you plan to use it. It negates all of your self-healing. You drain 300% health over 20 seconds, but you deal increased damage, all damage by 35%, and you get 10% base lifesteal as well. So you basically need to put out enough damage to sustain that 300% health drain over 20 seconds. It is pretty nuts. For your perks, we start with Wrath. These all increase as you level up as well. This one basically means that you deal more damage to enemies that are affected by a negative status effect. Pretty nice. Going to benefit you greatly just overall with the class. Of course, you should be building around status effects if you're going to play the Ritualist. But you also have Terrify, which basically applies Terrify to all enemies when you kill something, and it does it for 20 seconds. And you can see their terrified enemies deal 5% less damage, so you're applying a debuff to them. And then we also have Dark Blood, reduce the base damage from negative status effects by 25%, so you are basically better against those negative status effects. And you have Purge, when you use a relic, you cleanse all negative status effects. So not only are you very good at applying and dealing damage with status effects, you're very good at going against them as well. Meanwhile, for the trait card, you have Affliction. Of course, it's perfect for the Ritualist. This increases your status effect duration against enemies by 10%. Obviously, it goes up with each notch on the card. But overall, this is an awesome looking class if you want to build a build around status effects. And I can't wait to level this up, but we wanted to get this guide out to you because we didn't want you guys to miss out on the new class that the new DLC is all about. Make sure to follow for more guides, tips, locations, and all that good stuff. Subscribe down below. We'll see you next time.